Hello, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Lewis.
And we're going to be reviewing ramen because we love ramen and this is just something that we want to do because we're bored.
Yes,
so.
I like to drive 2 hours to go get ramen.
Yes, we drive 2 hours.
Not for this ramen.
Not for this.
Other ramens. Yes.
Other ramens. But we'll talk about those later, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, so this ramen is from a place in our town called Mian Bistro.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the address somewhere on here or in the comments if you live here and you'd like to try it. But anyways,
oh my god, I just poked my eye.
But yes, but we got this ramen from Mian Bistro, which we will give our thoughts about. And we have sushi from HEB and tea to go with boba in it. So that's our lunch. Yay! Okay, so but yeah, we've been eating at Mian Bistro for like, what did you say?
It was RTX. Was it RTX? No, it wasn't RTX. It was Troye Sivan concert. That was
So at least a year?
yes,
Okay.
over a year.
So about a year. It has your egg, it has your pork, your noodles, your broth, and I think
Has green onions.
Yep.
The bamboo.
Yep.
And the leaf.
The leek?
Yes, the leek.
The
yes.
leek, yes. This little thing, it has the leek. So I looked it up, like I told you earlier, about how to review ramen. Some of the things that you need. So one of the things is, the first thing is the noodles. One of the things is that ramen noodles are not supposed to be mushy. They're supposed to be firm and like, I guess still cookable.
Okay.
Is what it is. So do we think it's mushy?
We live in a very small town, so our ramen shop is kind of one of the only ones we have.
We just found out there's 2 more that I didn't know about, so we're gonna maybe make a video on that too.
But for a small town ramen shop, it's pretty good. Now, when we start comparing it to ramen shops we've been to, like in Dallas, and Austin, and Arizona,
and New York,
like then that's when it starts to not compare as well. But this is a good, like, you're craving ramen and you don't feel like driving 2 hours.
And you don't feel like making Maruchan ramen, you know, your little pot ramen, whatever. You want something a little bit more flavorful, I would say, then this would be a great place to start. They also do variations. So if you just say, I want a bowl of ramen, it's just going to be, I believe, pork broth and 2 slabs of pork. I would say pork belly. But you can ask for other stuff, because I have asked for a shrimp ramen during the Lent season when I can't eat meat.
I've asked for chicken, but the chicken's very basic, I would say. It's kind of just like grilled chicken.
Oh.
Like, no seasoning, no extra anything. Like, it's basically the grilled chicken cooked, and that's it. It's very, like, cute. It's like a little hole in the wall.
Yeah, it is, because apparently it's been there for a while before we found out about it, because I found out about it through a friend in college.
Yes.
Who went, and he was like, yeah, they have ramen there, and I was like, what? I didn't know how long they've been there, but whoever does know about it, it gets very busy, because I've been there during lunch hour, and every single table and chair was filled, and people were standing up waiting for their orders. So it's very popular, at least in our town. So
yeah. It's a good ramen shop for a small town.
And if you wanted like a beginner for ramen,
it's very basic. There's not like crazy vegetables in it.
They also have a bunch of other stuff as well.
Like I like their orange chicken.
They have pho.
Yes,
Is that how you say it? Yeah. So the thing is with their menu though is that it only says like what it is and then how much it is, but it doesn't tell you like exactly what's in it. Like when I first went and got ramen, they probably could have just made the Maruchan ramen and I wouldn't have been like, okay, this is theirs. Like that's all it is just noodles. But it doesn't tell you like what's in it, like other ramen shops that if you go to or we've gone to. So
and there's different types of ramens too. This is just the basic end ramen.
Yeah, very very basic. But the next thing that is something to review about it is, I guess, the broth. I mean, I don't really know how to review a broth. My thing is, so long as it's warm and not cold.
Again, this is, and not to say like it's bad. But it's still just like it's a basic type of broth. I'm pretty sure they do what most ramen shops do, where they cook it 24 hours before, and that kind of stuff. Like it's good, but it's not like I need this every day good. Whereas like I've seen like at ramen shops where you can taste every little spice in it, and it's great. Like I said, this tastes like a normal broth. Like this tastes like a broth that I can make in my kitchen.
I like the broth a lot more during the winter because it's cold, and I specifically look on the Weather Channel for the coldest day of the week, and that's when I decide I'm gonna go get ramen because the broth warms me up.
Anytime it rained, we would go.
Yeah. So
that was her thing.
The next thing that it said was, I would say like spices or I guess sauces that you may add to it, but it doesn't really have any spices that I know of.
I think it's more of like spices that we have, so like the soy sauce that it came with.
Yeah.
But we didn't add it.
True, we didn't do that. So, I mean, we can't really judge that. And then the last thing would have been toppings.
Which, like I said, I like the pork over their chicken.
Yes, I like the pork a lot.
The pork is really good. It is really fatty though, so.
I like it fat.
Yeah, because some people don't. Like Emily, like she takes half of it out because she doesn't like the fatty bits. But
I like the leek.
see, I'm not the biggest fan of the leek. The leek is okay.
I also like the green onions.
Green onions and anything is bomb. It's just, I think the leaf is too leafy.
Leafy. Well, cause like
it's really
it's not cut into pieces. It's like they took it and just cut it in half like that, and then that big old long piece they slap it in there.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't see. I thought there was bamboo in here.
No, I've never.
There's something else in here besides the.
Oh, it's these things.
Yes, those are bean sprouts, I think.
Bean sprouts.
I might be wrong.
Maybe.
Don't yell at me.
Maybe. The bean sprouts are okay. I'm not a big fan of the bean sprouts, but I mean I still eat them.
But my favorite part of every ramen is the egg.
Yes.
And this egg is bomb.
This
egg is good.
Oh, we save it for last every time. It's we've been like, okay, this one, the egg that they give us, it's how would I say? It's only half of it. It's not a full egg, but still super delicious. But we save it for last.
Which again, we didn't realize that most ramens come with a whole egg.
Yeah, other ones we've been to, they give you a whole egg, and we're like, what?
We're like, oh, we only got half, but okay.
Okay, so from 1 to 10, what would you rate this ramen compared to all other ramens that you've also had?
So, are we doing like 1's terrible, 10 is the best?
Yeah.
I would give it a solid like 5.5. Like I said, it's good when you're craving ramen, but you don't have the time. But like it's decent enough to where I don't mind getting it. It's still super good. I'm not like, I don't want to get it kind of thing, or like when I eat it, I'm not like, I missed the other ramen.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
Yeah.
So it's a solid like 5.5 for me.
I give it a 6. Same thing, it's like right in the middle. Because it's better than like Maruchan ramen that you can make at home. But there are some better things. But this is a good, like, solid one. Basic, you know. For your ASMR.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We'll get better at this, hopefully.
One day.
Maybe if I look a little more on how to review food.
The sushi's good though.
Sushi's from H-E-B. So, if you have an H-E-B in your town, go get some sushi. If they have it. I don't know. They just recently remodeled our H-E-B, so they have a whole new sushi section. So, it's like,
well, this can be more of like a mukbang / review.
yeah.
Talk.
I'm mukbang.
See, I like those because I always eat by myself, so when you watch someone else eating by themselves, you feel like you're eating with them.
Yeah. Come eat with us if you have ramen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Get your own ramen and sushi and sit down and grab a meal.
Yes.
That's really good. What kind is that?
Crunchy California roll.
Oh, yes.
$10.
$10 making mama.
Maybe like next time we can maybe ask about the manager and be like, hey, like what's your name? Like how did this shop came about and like give more info. I don't think Mian Bistro is a chain.
I don't think so either.
No. I don't know if it's family either because they don't look like they all are related to each other. So unless it's like maybe a husband and wife and they hire people that.
Well, it might be more like how Dante's was. It's family based, but they hire outside.
Oh, sure. Alrighty, now for the egg. The wonderful, beautiful egg.
Come here, come here.
Okay. Boop. Oh, delicious.
That egg alone's like a good 6.5.
Delicious. Love the egg. The egg's so good. We always ask for an egg, even if they don't.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't come with one, we'll be like, can we add an egg to our ramen?
Yes.
It's so good. Well, we're done with our ramen, so we hope you enjoy our little review for Mian Bistro. This is our first one, so hopefully we'll get better at this. So we'll see. But go check out the place. It's really cool. That's some good food, good ramen. If you're not a ramen fan, they have a bunch of other stuff as well for you to try. And that's about it. So
if you're ever in Abilene, Texas, or driving through Abilene, Texas, it's a pretty decent place to check out.
Yes, it is. So give it a try. Like this video. Follow me on this channel.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, subscribe. And we'll try and find those other 2 ramen shops and maybe do more reviews if this goes well. Hopefully. Or not. I mean, maybe we'll still do it just because we're bored and we want to have fun with this. So that's about it.
Bye.
Bye. You hear my dog? My dog is whining because if I don't put her behind the cage while we eat, then she's like right next to us, begging for food.
Rubbing on her.
So she's perfectly fine. She just doesn't like being alone. It's okay, Mama. We're right here. You see us. You're fine. Honestly, the chair is the only thing in her way, so I'm just like, you could easily just walk under it and get here, but she doesn't because she's just like, eh. But now that we know about the other 2 ramen shops in Abilene, we can make reviews for those.
Try them out.
Yep. And then when you go to Arizona, you can, well, if you want to, you can film yourself with Gabby. Y'all can do it. Just send me the videos and I'll edit. We can also stream a mukbang. We'll get all this food and then we'll go on Twitch.
Yep. I've always wanted to do something like that, like grab a bunch of food.
We could.
It's about to get slurpy up in here, okay? I apologize.
The ASMR. If you can hear it. The microphone's over here, so it's only so close. Delicious.